Oh no. Has this ever happened to you?
I'm a Greek-speaking Gentile, and the Gospel of Matthew doesn't make sense, and Mark's even worse.
If you're like this man here, or if you're like any other Greek-speaking Gentile, or if you're a woman, a poor person, a tax collector even, and if you want to just learn about Jesus for the first time, or if you just want to expand your knowledge about him, we have the gospel for you. It's the Gospel of Luke.
The Gospel according to Luke.
The Gospel of Luke is the longest of all the Gospels, containing far more facts about Jesus and his life than the other two. The Gospel of Luke is 40% new material. Only 60% of it is found in Mark. 40% of it is new. In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus has an especially large emphasis on the poor people. He helps them out on various occasions. He eats with them, dines with them, and teaches us that we should help them as well. The exquisitely polished Greek writing in the Gospel of Luke is vastly superior to the rather rudimentary writing found in the Gospels of Mark and Matthew. And if you don't believe me, listen to Harold Smith, a professor of biblical studies at the University of Gonzaga.
In my opinion, if you're a Greek-speaking Gentile, a woman, or a poor person, then you must read this gospel. It is a must-have for all of you. It reveals insights that the other gospels just simply don't include, such as its emphasis on historical accuracy, specifying names, dates, places, everything. Or its genealogy, tracing Jesus all the way back through Adam. Luke is the only gospel that contains a formal intro at its beginning. It mentions a man named Theophilus, to whom the gospel was specifically written. Did you know that Luke is also a 2-volume work with another book, the Acts of the Apostles? Luke was written first, and then it continued Jesus' story after his resurrection with his apostles in the Acts of the Apostles. There's a grand total of 20 miracles, 4 of them unique to his gospel, not found anywhere else in the Bible. These miracles help show Jesus' emphasis on the poor and lowly, which is the whole point of the Gospel of Luke. The Gospel of Luke contains a total of 3 hymns still used today: the Magnificat, the Benedictus, and the Nunc Dimittis. Luke is a very unique Gospel, with many different stories not found anywhere else. A particular favorite of mine is found in chapter 1, verses 26 to 38. It's the Annunciation of the angel Gabriel to the Virgin Mary, of the birth of Jesus.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Do not be afraid. The Lord has found favor with you, and you shall bear his son.
How should I bear the Lord's son? How should I bear any son? I have not had relations with a man.
The Spirit of the Lord shall come upon you, and the power of the Most High shall overshadow you. Even your cousin Elizabeth, who was thought barren, is in the 6th month of her pregnancy. For nothing shall be impossible with the Lord.
Behold, I am the handmaiden of the Lord. Let it be done to me according to your will. In my studies of this wonderful passage, I came across a book called Sacripagina, the Gospel of Luke, that I thought had a wonderful excerpt explaining this passage. In it, the author said that the prophecy of Jesus' birth would have made an excellent sense to any Hellenistic reader who is accustomed to miraculous events accompanying the birth accounts of extraordinary people. Now, to any Gentile at this time, or even to you today, you see these miraculous events, such as Mary being a virgin, yet at the same time being pregnant. This, to anybody, would mean a wonderful person, an extraordinary person, as Johnson said in his biblical commentary, would be on the way. The commentary also noted how, instead of a "how shall I know," which is a demand for proof, Mary simply asks how the promise might come true in the light of its obvious roadblock, her virginity, which makes excellent sense. Instead of a demand for proof, as he said, instead of a "what, I don't believe you," Mary says, "I do believe you, but how could this be true? It's not possible." Of course, this wonderful passage isn't all there is in Luke. There's much more, such as chapter 23, verses 13 to 16, when Pilate acquits Jesus of wrongdoing, while the Jewish people want him killed for his sins.
People, I, Pilate, have questioned this man Jesus who you brought here before me, and I have found him guilty of none of the charges you brought before him. He has committed no crime against Rome or her people. I shall have him flogged and then released, and that is all. Hail Caesar.
On this passage, another commentary, the Jerome biblical commentary, states that it becomes quite clear that they, the Jewish people, not Pilate, wanted the death of Jesus. Pilate again declares Jesus' innocence. Luke deliberately avoids speaking explicitly of scourging. Luke avoids humiliating Jesus in order that he may look like Lord. However, the important part is that Pilate declares Jesus' innocence. Pilate does not want the death of Jesus. The Jewish people, his own kin, do. Again, the Gospel of Luke has a wonderful repertoire of stories that the other Gospels don't even mention, such as another personal favorite of mine. In chapter 24, verses 13 to 36, when Jesus appears to two disciples on the road to Emmaus.
I can't believe everything that happened with Jesus.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about Jesus. He said he was a prophet and we thought he could redeem Israel. But he died 3 days ago, and some women of our company think he's come back to life.
Come back to life? Do you not understand what's going on? Here, let me explain it to you.
Well, this is our stop. Hey, why don't you come in? We'll have dinner. It'll be fun.
Sure, why not?
I break this bread in the name of the Father. Take it and eat it.
Wait, that's Jesus.
On reflection on this passage, the author of the Jerome Biblical Commentary states that the two men are not leaders of the community, but represent all followers of Jesus. They are troubled and do not understand why Jesus is absent. The apostles seem to recognize him, but do not believe their senses. However, after recognition, these men do not hesitate to believe in the message that Jesus gives when he comes and reveals himself to them.
And if you still don't believe that the Gospel of Luke is the Gospel for you, listen to these satisfied customers.
I love how Jesus is portrayed in the Gospel of Luke. He's shown as Messiah for all people. He shares meal with the sinners and lowly. That just really, it hits us in the heart. And he fulfills Scripture by using parables and preaching to other people. He's very compassionate to sinners and poor and women too.
Luke was not one of the 12 apostles of Jesus. That fact allows me to connect with him more. The Gospel of Luke has changed my life.
Because of the Gospel of Luke, I love Jesus.
If you want this amazing gospel today, just call 1-800-GET-LUKE, and you'll receive a special price of $0.00, which is always available. But order within the next 15 minutes, and you'll get the Acts of the Apostles free, as well as a free booklight, so you can read in the dark.
To order your free Gospel of Luke today, and these free accessories, please call 1-800-GET-LUKE. Once again, that is 1-800-GET-LUKE.
The Gospel according to Luke.